Yes, Corinne Naomi here. Welcome to another core workout. Upper abs, lower abs and obliques, we are going in. I hope you're ready. I hope you're feeling excited. We are going to have an amazing time together. All you're going to need for this one is one medium dumbbell and one mat. So go and grab your equipment and let's get into it. Exercise 1, weighted hollow hold. Lengthen your lower back against your mat and flex your head, neck and shoulders off the floor. You're pressing the dumbbell overhead and extending your legs out while squeezing your legs together. If you're unable to keep your back flat against the mat, simply raise your legs up higher. Exercise 2, unilateral sit-up. Hold the dumbbell in your right hand, punch it up to the ceiling, right knee bent, left leg straight. On your exhale, you're lifting yourself off the floor using your upper abs. You might use a little bit of support from your left hand, but make sure you're putting that tension into your abs and not your arm. Now, you always come up with a bit of power and come down with that grace and control. At the top of the sit-up, I always make sure that I'm leaning back slightly so I don't come up all the way, and this ensures that I keep that constant tension in my abs. Exercise 3 is a side plank with side bend. Halfway through, we'll reduce the range and add tiny pulses. So, right elbow underneath your shoulder, left foot forwards, right foot behind. Lift your hips up and start to reach your arm up and overhead to create that side bend. You can do this with your legs straight, or you can put your knees down as a modification. Press down actively through your right arm so you're not collapsing into your shoulders, and make sure your hip bones are facing forward so you're not allowing the left side of your pelvis to roll back. We are halfway, so let's change that side bend into pulses where we keep our pelvis off the floor and move through a really small range. Next up, we have a seated rotation with an overhead press. Once seated, with your dumbbell in hand, roll your pelvis back, hover your feet. Inhale, prepare, exhale, rotate to the right, inhale back to center, and then exhale, press that dumbbell above your head. Now, because we're focusing on the right side, we're always going to twist to the right. You have the option to lose a dumbbell. You also have the option to put your feet on the floor. As you rotate, make sure your hips face forward, and then as you press the dumbbell above your head, try to keep your back as still as possible. The only thing that should be moving in this moment are your arms. This is the last exercise before we repeat everything again. So this one is a pull through. You're coming into plank, you've got your dumbbell in line with your chest, and you start to transfer the dumbbell from side to side. Your challenge is to keep your pelvis still. Imagine you had a glass resting on your back. If you need a modification, you can always put your knees down. Just be sure to keep your hips extended, so squeeze your glutes, aim to have your shoulders, hips and knees in one long line. Amazing work, everyone. So now we're going on to round 2. Gonna add a few variations just to spice things up a little bit. So let's go back into that hollow hold. Head can be up or down. As a variation, we'll take that dumbbell overhead on the exhale and then inhale, return. This variation will increase the challenge for the lower abs as well as build strength and stability around your shoulders. Now we go back to that weighted sit-up. The dumbbell is in your left hand and it is the left knee that is bent. Don't forget to connect your breath to your movement. It is always an inhale on the way down and an exhale on the way up. So we have 30 seconds left. This is where we tune in, we check in and see if we have any imbalances between the right and left side. In order to rectify our imbalances, we must first become aware of them. So let's continue to move mindfully so that we can take full control and ownership of our training and build that self-awareness. Let's lose the dumbbell and set ourselves up for a side plank with side bend. Left elbow underneath your shoulder. Raise your hips up, and as you do, make sure your pelvis isn't rolling back. I'm getting my arm involved. I'm reaching up and over, finding that rhythm, finding that flow. For a more stable base, I recommend to put the right foot in front of the left. And then don't forget the modification of keeping your knees down on the mat. We are now halfway, so let's change the side bend into really tiny pulses. Blue face, it bust another. Only 3 exercises to go and we are done. So next up, seated rotations with overhead press, and this time we are going to be twisting to the left. Make sure you're really rotating your spine and not just moving your arms. This means your chest should face the wall in front of you as well as the wall on the left-hand side of the room. Last of all, make sure you are smiling, enjoy yourself. This is only a workout, let's not take it too seriously now. Next up, plank drag with cross mountain climber. So come into your plank wide base with your feet. You're dragging the dumbbell to the right and the left, and then squeezing your knee to opposite elbow. 1 rep on the right and 1 rep on the left. Our goal is to keep our pelvis stable. So the more movement we add on, the more things to think about, then it is always harder to control. So slow it down, move with precision, take your time. 60 seconds is a long time, so if you need to take a little cheeky break, nothing wrong with that. Put the knees down, shake off, reset, and then we go again. So we have made it to the final exercise. It is 30 seconds of flutter kicks. The base of the movement stays the same. Lower back down, head and shoulders up, kicking the legs up and down just like you're swimming. Let's go. Nice, long, active legs reaching to the opposite side of the room. Let's finish with some energy. Let's finish strong. And recover. Yes, yes, yes. Abs on fire. Let's just go into a bridge, feet on the floor. Push your hips up and roll your spine down. Let's go again. So inhale, then exhale, lift your hips up. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, roll down bone by bone. Nice one to release your back. Then just rock and roll yourself up a couple of times, just hugging the knees in towards your chest. It's like a little back massage. And then once you've come up on the next one, just come onto your hands and knees. We'll just sit back in a child's pose. Ripple into a cobra, so hips forwards, extend your spine, stretch out your abs. Maybe have a little wiggle from side to side. Untuck those toes. You're now in down dog, just padding it out. Walking back towards your feet, bending your knees and rolling up through your spine. Lower back, middle back, upper back, and shoulders back. Everyone, well done, smashed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a little dance break, celebrate that it's over. Have a look at some of the workout suggestions on screen or perhaps in the description box below. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you again soon.